Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and in this video we are going to be comparing Webflow and WordPress to help you figure out which of these is the best website builder for you. We will be taking a look at the pricing and plans, the ease of use, the customizability, and everything else that you need to know when making a decision on your website builder. So the first thing that we need to talk about when we are comparing Webflow and WordPress is the price, the hosting, and actually getting everything set up and getting online. Now, Webflow, if we go to the pricing right here, this is the simpler of the two tools in terms of pricing, because if we go down here, you can see that we have these plans right here. We have a free plan that will allow you to create 2 pages. You don't get a customized domain with this. You can have 50 form submissions, but this is really just for people getting started. We then have the basic for simple static sites. So as an example, this might be a portfolio website that you are creating. It's just a one-page website with not much going on. Then this is $14 per month. We then have CMS, which is for blogs or content-driven sites, business, which is for larger websites. And then if you need anything above, you can contact them and get that sorted. With Webflow, if you do want to get the best deals and discounts available, I will leave my partner link in the description where you can go ahead and sign up. Then we have WordPress. So this is on wordpress.com. And this is the actual WordPress hosting. Now, this is actually pretty expensive, especially compared to another tool that I will show you where we can get hosting for much cheaper. But essentially, we can come in here and we can set this to pay yearly. For personal, this is going to be $4 per month. For the premium, this is $8 per month. Business is $20 per month. And e-commerce is $45 per month. Now, the issue with this and why this is so expensive, even though it looks super cheap at first, is because they lock off certain elements. So as an example, if you want the premium themes, well, you need to upgrade to premium. If you want fast support for your hosting, once again, you have to upgrade for premium. If you want to be able to install plugins, which is one of the most crucial parts of WordPress, well, you need to upgrade for business, and this is $20 per month. So as you can see, to really get all of the tools with WordPress, you need to upgrade to one of these higher plans if you go through the actual WordPress hosting. Now, this is why third-party hosting providers are so popular, and Hostinger is the best one out there. If you would like to see how I came to this conclusion and you would like to learn more about hosting, I will leave some videos in the description where I talk more about hosting. But either way, this is Hostinger right here. And if you use the Hostinger link in the description, you can get up to 79% off your hosting. Now, if we go down, look how cheap this is. And even with the premium plan right here, the cheapest plan, you get access to all of these tools that we spoke about earlier. You can install plugins, pretty much everything that you can see on here, DDoS protection, spam protection, all of this, you are going to get with the cheapest plan on Hostinger. So we can go down here, we can see everything that we get. We get weekly backups, we get a free domain with this plan. We get 100 gigabytes of storage and everything else that we need. Now, this pricing with the discount using that link is only a temporary discount. So what I mean by this is you can extend it for a long time, but you will have to pay upfront. So if I go into Hostinger right here and add this to my cart, if I go to the monthly, this is going to be $15 for the first month because of this setup fee. And then from there, it's $11.99 per month. Whereas if we go to the 12-month, we get this $2.99 per month pricing, but we pay for this upfront. So $35 to host our website for the entire year. That's pretty crazy, right? Especially when we compare this to Webflow. Even with the cheapest plan, this is $14 per month. However, at the end of this 12-month period, it's going to go up to $9.99 per month after that 12-month time has elapsed. However, if you go with like the 24 or 48 month, for example, well, we pay this upfront, we pay $120, and we have all of our website hosting for an entire 4 years. So in terms of the pricing, when we go to a third-party provider like this, for our hosting, it is a lot cheaper than Webflow. It's also very easy to get your WordPress website set up with Hostinger. All you do is select your plan, you choose how long you want the plan for, you pay for your pricing, and then from here, because this is WordPress hosting, everything is automatically installed. So you just click through the step-by-step menu, and just like that, we are now on the WordPress dashboard. Next, let's jump inside both of these tools and talk about the ease of use. So I have a completely blank and new account with both both of these tools. And the biggest difference is that Webflow is harder to use. It has a much steeper learning curve, but you can really customize this in any way that you would like. Whereas with WordPress, it's much easier to learn and has less of a learning curve. Although it still does have a learning curve, it's not the easiest tool to use, but it just doesn't offer as much customizability. So if I open up Webflow right here, we can create a new site and we can choose from a template right here. You can see that some of these templates are free, some of them are going to be paid down here. But let's go ahead and open up this one, for example. We can click on select. And just like this, the website is going to be created. Now, there are definitely some elements that cross over. For example, both of these are going to be drag and drop. So we can basically drag elements around and choose where we would like to add them on the website. But if I just go back here to where we were at the start, essentially, it's a lot more complex. Like we have this down here, we have all of these different elements that make up the website. And the similarity with these is this is boxes in boxes. So we have this heading right here that is inside of this bigger container. So we have the main container box, and then within this are the boxes that contain the elements. So this general consensus of drag and drop and having boxes within boxes is consistent in both of these tools. The same thing where we can click in and make any changes right here. This is the same for both of the tools. But overall with Webflow, there is much more tools here and a lot more customization that we can add. So this can really be a positive or a negative depending on what you are looking for. If we go to WordPress, the first thing that I would say is the standard WordPress website builder. It really sucks. It's really not the best website builder out there. So if I was to go in and click on edit site right here, this is the editor that I get. So this is not really drag and drop, this standard WordPress editor. We basically just have no customization. Like, look how basic and simple this is. So what you want to do every single time with WordPress is you want to install one of the better website builders, either Elementor or WordPress Bakery. The way that we do this is we go to plugins on this left-hand side and click add new plugin. And this is another reason that we want to use a third-party hosting provider like Hostinger rather than WordPress hosting. Because remember, we have to pay $20 per month just to get access to be able to install these plugins. With my WordPress website right here, I'm on the cheapest plan of Hostinger and I get access to all of these plugins. But essentially what we would do is we just go to the plugin library and we type in, if I could spell, that would be fantastic. We type in Elementor and then we can see the Elementor website builder. So we just go ahead and install this. We then plug this onto the website right here and click on activate. And then once we go through and set this up, we have a few different templates to choose from right here in the Elementor library. So we can go through and we can choose one of these templates. But I'm just going to use the default one that comes with Elementor. So we can back out of this and I can now go to visit site. And then in here, we can now edit this with Elementor. And this is a much better page builder. So now that we have Elementor, you will be able to see much more similarities between Webflow and the WordPress page builder. So for example, we have boxes within boxes right here. So this heading is within this container, within this bigger container. We then have all of the options over here on the left-hand side. But as you can see, there is less customizability. Like there's a lot more going on over here on Webflow. So as I said, this is why Webflow is more customizable, but a little bit harder to use and has a steeper learning curve. The next thing to talk about is the e-commerce options with both of these tools. And this is a clear win for WordPress. With Webflow, when you are actually purchasing this, we need to flick this over to e-commerce. And you can see it gets a lot more expensive if we do go to e-commerce. However, the e-commerce functionality on Webflow is really not very good. Some of the main downsides to the Webflow e-commerce functionality is lack of advanced statistics. So it's not the best to see what is going on with your store. Secondly, they don't have as many integrated payment providers, which can also be a little bit annoying when you need to collect payments. With WordPress, it's very different because we don't need to change anything in terms of the pricing or the plan that we buy. All we need to do is go to plugins right here and then install a plugin called WooCommerce. This is the by far biggest e-commerce plugin for WordPress. And this plugin essentially turns the standard version of WordPress into an e-commerce website. So in here, we can just go in and install WooCommerce right here. And then once we have WooCommerce, we can go over, we can add in our different products that we want to add to the store. We can create different categories. We can see all of our orders, all of our customers. The reports is going to give you some very nice analytics right here. and overall the e-commerce functionality on WordPress is a lot better. So overall, when we are comparing WordPress and Webflow, it really depends on what you are looking for in a website builder. If you have web design experience, you know exactly what you are looking for, and you are willing to put in the time to really learn the tool of Webflow and get the exact website that you are looking for, then Webflow is definitely the best option. Alternatively, if you are newer to building websites and you don't have extensive web building experience and you are just looking for a quality, easy to use website builder, then WordPress is probably the best option. Either way, that is my comparison of WordPress versus Webflow. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.